What's up, everybody? It's AJ with etrailer.com. Today we're going to be checking out the Kuat Piston Pro X on our 2016 Ford Explorer. It's going to be a platform style bike rack. Right away you're going to notice that it's got something that other bike racks don't, and that's the lights that here. So it's right there in tune with the lights on the back of your vehicle, so you don't have to worry about anybody not seeing the brake lights if you have it fully loaded with two bikes. So the plugs right into the 4-pole on your vehicle. On the Explorer it's there. So they work really nice. I think they look cool. But other than that, platform style rack, which means it's going to sit, the bike's going to sit on the platform. Now this one's unique because it's holding it by the tires, so it's not going to have the post in the middle or the hook that comes down and touches the frame. So no frame contact means you don't have to worry about your bike being damaged or scratched at all. Another nice thing about the way it holds the bike, it's really going to be good for modern mountain bikes. The tires have gotten bigger, the frames have gotten bigger, the forks stick out a little bit more. It's going to hold them really well on there. You might not see the advantages with a road bike. It's still going to work with a road bike, but it really works with these bigger frame mountain bikes like we have here. With two bikes on there, it is going to obstruct a little bit of the back of your vehicle, especially with two big mountain bikes like this. It is 60 pounds per bike, so keep that in mind when you're loading it up. But back to it being obstructed, it does cover up the tail lights. It's going to cover up a little bit of the back window on our Explorer. It's going to cover up the backup camera. So that's things to keep in mind. It might obstruct our third light up here. It looks like it's a little bit higher with another bike, so you'd still be able to see that light. But the good thing is you have the lights on the bike rack, so they're going to see when you're stopping. Another nice thing about the bike rack is that it tilts away from the back of the Explorer. So we're going to hold it right here, pull the handle up there, tilt it down. You kind of got to lean with it. Be careful when you're down here. Don't sit right up and hit the handlebars. Just be careful, especially if you have two bikes on there. It can be a little bit more difficult, but now you should be able to open up the back hatch and get whatever you need out. Let's say you forgot to grab something and you already have the bike loaded. You don't want to undo that. Even though it's pretty easy, it's still going to be a pain. I myself, after a bike ride, like to just hang out and rest in the back of the vehicle, drink some water, and this is nice that I can load my bike up and it doesn't just sit here on the floor. Another great feature is the pistons themselves. That's where it gets its name from. All you do is push down on the lever and it's going to release it. So make sure you grab the frame so it doesn't fall. Just hit that once, it's released. Hit the one on the other side. You're good to lift the bike up and off the rack. Now it is going to accommodate bikes with a 53-inch wheelbase or a 5-inch wide tire. You can see the different grooves here in the tray. So the middle one's great for road bikes. Gets a little bit bigger for those mountain bike tires. Now you can even adjust here on the arms for different tire sizes. We have about 27 right there. We move it up to 29, 26, 24, 20, and then one for the fender kit only. Once the end, it's about 30.5 inches. Now you can take some of that up by folding it up the same way that you tilted it down. Just set this here. Pulling that same lever, this time, lift up on the bike rack, tilt it towards your Explorer. Now it does sit a little close, but the arms don't move a whole bunch, so you don't have to worry about them rattling and hitting the bumper, but let's see how close they get. We'll go from the center of the hitch pin to the arm. That's about 5 inches from there, but if we go from the bumper to the arm, it's going to be about 2 inches of space. Now let's measure out how much it sticks out with it folded up and the bike's unloaded. Be about 15.5 inches, so that's quite a bit less to worry about on the back of the Explorer. Let's look at how it sits in the hitch. It comes with a tool to use, so I like that you don't have to keep something else around. It fits right here in the bike rack. You can lock it up with the lock core, so it's always there when you need it. We'll come down here and show you the anti-rattle that's built in. Right now, I can shake the whole Explorer back and forth. You see there's no rattling or movement down here. How you loosen that is just use the tool. Get that loose. You see how much more it moves around now. That's why I like that that's built in. You don't have to do anything. You got the tool right there with you when you need it, so you don't have to carry anything spare. If you look up towards the hitch, it fits 2-inch by 2-inch hitches. It comes with a pin and a lock cylinder on the other side. So that's a nice feature as well, that you can lock up the bike so you don't have to worry about anybody messing with this when you're not around. Overall, I do like this bike rack. I like the way it works with the larger frame mountain bikes and those bigger tires. It does hold those very well. Now, it does have a lot of features to it that are pretty cool. I might not need all of them, so if you're looking for a bike rack that has a little less features, you can look at the Rocky Mounts monorail. That's gonna have one hook that comes down on the tire and a back strap on there. I feel like it holds the smaller mountain bikes a little bit better. There's not as much movement back there. This not going anywhere on this bike rack, but I don't like looking out the back window and seeing any kind of movement. So I kind of like that one because that's the one I use all the time. But that being said, this is a great bike rack. I like how stylish it is. Even the lights are pretty cool. So I think it's gonna go well. Well, I think that does it. Thanks for hanging out and hope this helped.